This episode of My So-Called Podcast takes you back to the week of May 4th, 1999.
When Robbie Williams, The Ego Has Landed, debuted in America, and Stephen Sommers' take on the Universal classic The Mummy landed in theaters. Yo, it's My So-Called Podcast.
Hey, My So-Called Podcast. I'm Gary Linton.
I'm Eric Spiegel.
Hey, Eric.
How's it going, Gary?
It's going well. This week we're going back to May 4th, 1999.
True.
1999.
It had 99 years.
Yeah, so far. That century had.
99 years.
We're discussing Robbie Williams' The Ego Has Landed, which is very hard for Siri to play. Hey Siri, play The Ego Has Landed. Here is The Eagle Has Landed. No, Siri.
Siri.
Yeah. And The Mummy. Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Mommy.
Okay. Thanks for contributing.
Yeah, so those were the days.
Yep. Those were the days.
And you knew who you were.
You knew who the mummy was then.
Do you?
Yeah, I did.
He's a hairless gentleman.
Yeah, he's handsome.
He's a smooth criminal.
Like Robbie Williams.
So Gary.
Yes.
99 May.
99.
It's the end of the third year in college, I guess. Perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Probably finals weekish.
In May? Yeah.
You're probably wanting to kick back at the movie theater.
Yep.
And listen to some Britpop.
I didn't partake in either of these things back in 1999.
What were you doing?
Oh, shoot, I don't remember. That was 20 years ago, Eric.
19.
Yeah, so I think I was, tooling around like a tool.
Come on, you have no memories from this spring of 99. Try hard.
I'm trying as hard as I possibly can. No, I definitely did not go see The Mummy. I guess I don't recall it even
existing.
Wanting to go see it.
That's kind of funny.
I do remember Robbie Williams. What are you looking for?
My trivia card.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, okay. Let's just do trivia.
Yeah, let's do.
I have a little memory.
Share it. Share that memory.
I went to see The Mummy on opening day.
Okay.
And it was in my college town. It was finals week, and I ran into the TA for my physics class, who was also in line to see The Mummy.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, Eric," and I was like, "Hey, whatever your name is."
Yeah, right.
And he was like, I knew it at the time.
Oh, sure.
I just don't know it now. And anyway, he was like, "Hey, are you worried about your physics final?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Well, I just graded it, and you shouldn't be."
Oh,
and
nice.
I was like, "Booyah!"
And you enjoyed The Mummy so much more.
I think, I was riding that high the whole Mummy.
Right.
The thing I remember was I was going with a friend of the show, Chris Radcliffe.
Oh, yeah.
We're very excited to see The Mummy. And I think we were just excited to do something that wasn't related to dorms and
studying, yeah.
But we thought, we're just cruise right in because it's Brendan Fraser, The Mummy. And the line for buying tickets was like into the parking lot.
Oh, wow. Well, it was a big hit. It was a huge hit. Huge hit.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
But surprisingly so. I think for everybody involved. and still surprising. But we digress. We'll get back to that in a later part of the show. Gary, should we trivia it up?
Yeah, Eric, let's do it.
Now, if you recall, I think the score is 2-1 me.
Yep, that sounds right.
When we get to 20, there are stakes. Supposedly.
That's right.
Right now, we both owe each other stakes.
That's true.
And we've decided that one stake doesn't cancel out another.
No.
Because then there would be no stakes.
There wouldn't be no stakes.
Literally.
Right.
Know what I mean?
I think I might.
So, I don't remember who went first.
Yeah.
Looks like, well, my name's next to trivia, so maybe I'll ask first.
Sounds good.
That
sounds good.
What nasty 1999 computer worm named after a lap dancer first appeared inside a list of passwords to pornographic websites?
Oh, I have no idea. Named after a lap dancer? Is there some sort of famous lap dancer that we should know?
I'll give you a hint. No.
Okay.
I will give you the hint that it is just a girl's first name.
Oh, okay.
And it starts...
I'm going to say Brittany.
With an M.
Oh, Melissa.
That is correct.
I don't know if I should take that, though.
I'm giving it to you.
I'll take it.
There's a lot of M names.
Yeah.
Wow, Melissa. Melissa does not sound like a lap dancer. Not that I would know.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. That's a dumb question. All right, I'm going to ask you a not dumb...
Oh, it's a dumb question because it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What 1992 Oscar nominee became California State inmate number P50522 in 1999?
Oh, that's a really good question. I wish I knew the answer.
Don't mess with that. Be careful with that.
Yeah, okay. All right. But I want people to hear these pearly whites. Wait, the dulcet tones of Spiegel and Spiegel.
They're hearing them.
Okay, so somebody was nominated for an Oscar in 98.
92.
Oh, okay.
What 1992 Oscar nominee became California State inmate number P50522 in 1999?
92.
I don't have a timer app on my
92. Yeah, start a timer. I feel like I should be able to get this.
I'm not going to give you any hints because you should be able to. Well, I mean, you'll get it once I say.
I mean, I don't feel like...
It's a minute too long.
No. So, 92, I think Beauty and the Beast was nominated. Prince of Tides was nominated.
Oh, yeah.
JFK was nominated.
No, Nick Nolte definitely...
Gary Busey is sort of Nick Nolte's doppelganger.
Yeah, right.
And I know he's been to jail.
Right.
He has a lot of brain damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he likes to ride a motorcycle without a helmet.
Oh, well.
Proudly. Defiantly.
Sure.
That's
when you got timer.
All right. For no points, give me a hint.
Okay. He's had a very successful career after coming out of prison. Does that help? No.
Hugh Grant?
No. He's in Marvel Universe.
Oh, Downey Jr.
Yeah. He was nominated for...
No, wait. In 92, he was nominated for... Shoot. Oh, Chaplin.
Yep. I was doing the little tramp. I was pantomiming the little tramp.
For those of you at home, I'm going to give myself a big lose. Because, that's a good one. Yeah, I forgot his bad boy period.
Yeah.
I do remember Chaplin, which I think maybe has... No, it doesn't have Rachel Weisz in it. It has Moira Kelly
Moira Kelly as Uno O'Neill.
Whoa!
Yep.
That's a little Chaplin knowledge for you. The director of Chaplin appeared in what 1993 hit movie, Gary?
Jurassic Park?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I just made up a trivia question. You don't get points for that crap.
Okay.
Okay. What slugger's last words were reported as, "I'll finally get to see Marilyn"?
I want to go with Joltin' Joe DiMaggio.
That's right. I didn't even have to turn the card over.
What movie did Apple use?
I have bad news for Joe DiMaggio. He went to hell. You weren't expecting that.
I wasn't.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
She's in heaven. He's in hell for those Mr. Coffee commercials.
What movie did Apple use to hype its new QuickTime 4 format, sparking a net-clogging 25 million downloads of the trailer?
In 99.
Yes.
The Matrix?
That's a good guess. Is that your final answer?
American Beauty.
Okay, no. It is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
The Phantom's Menace. Hey, side note.
Yes.
Great trailer.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good trailer.
I'm trying to remember it. I don't.
There's a lot of creatures in it, and a lot of action. The Star Wars music.
Darth Maul.
There's Darth Maul.
Yeah.
There's it ends with
Darth
Darth Vader breathing.
I thought close to the end is where he has the second lightsaber of Darth Maul comes out. And it's like, what? Lightsabers can do that?
2 lightsabers? Yeah, and you see like young Obi-Wan flipping around.
That's right.
And,
yep.
Yeah. I think I recorded that off TV, like Entertainment Tonight or something. Yeah. And I remember having like 10 or 15 dudes watching it, and we'd rewind the VHS and watch it, and then rewind the VHS and watch it. I wasn't slick enough to QuickTime that mofo.
No.
Man, I feel like I should be getting these.
What's
wrong with me tonight?
No, it's okay.
Gary?
Yes.
What DVD offers the hidden videos, "What is bullet time"?
Oh, that's The Matrix.
What's the concept?
That's The Matrix.
If you click on the little red pill.
Right. All right.
If you click on the little red pill, you turn into an asshole.
Right. That's true. Yeah, take the red pill now. You're a jerk.
In 99, we had Fight Club and The Matrix, both co-opted by annoying bros on the internet. Jerkweeds.
Jerkweeds. Okay, my last question to you is, what news magazine was scheduled for 5 primetime hours every week by 1999?
I'm going to go with Dateline.
You would be correct.
All right, so how many did I get?
You got 1.
Just Dateline.
Just Dateline, yep.
And you got 2.
Yes.
So 4-3 now.
All right.
Oh, how the tables have turned, Gary.
I mean, I was still just 1 behind you before.
But now you're 1 ahead of me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what?
I was going to ask you to help me with my taxes, but now not so much. Everybody, hey,
get
do your taxes.
I'm more of a watching movies and listening to music kind of guy instead of one of them admin man.
Admin man.
Admin.
You ever get an account? You ever get an accountant to do your taxes, Gary?
I was begot by an accountant.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have.
Oh, you got a dad to do it.
No, my mother.
Oh man, that's like that. I can't operate on this man. He's my son.
Exactly.
It just
so
was
sexist.
Like super sexist. Hey, whatever. I didn't take the red pill, Gary. I don't know. Which one is a bro thing, red pill or blue pill?
I think the red pill is.
So if I take the red pill, then I'm a bro?
Yeah, you're like, women want you to be a jerk to them. You have the red pill, and that means women want you to be a jerk to them.
So am I the Joey Pants?
Yep.
Who wants to be
you
in
want
the
to go
Matrix?
back in the Matrix, yeah.
Okay.
Because you were a jerk to women before. But now you're like, I don't want to be a jerk any longer.
I don't understand this bro metaphor.
Right.
Is it a conspiracy theory thing?
Yes.
Okay. So, like, you need to know the truth behind feminism and liberals and Jews, etc.
Well,
and cucks.
No, I don't think it's all that. No, that doesn't go into red pill so much.
Really?
Red pill is all about treating how Men and women treat each other.
Oh, so is it like those, what are they called? Safety boys or party boys? The guys that don't masturbate?
I think the no fap movement is part of Red Pill.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. There sure are some interesting characters out there.
Yeah, on the internet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The internet's terrible.
It is.
So before we slide on into those top 10 songs that were gracing our charts, and I will tell you what, Robbie Williams was really hoping to be one of them.
Yep. Yes, he was.
He was angling for huge success in the States.
That's what this album was all about.
Yep.
Because it's not a proper album. Right?
It's not a proper album.
That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't have the artistic integrity of the first two Robbie Williams albums because it cherry picks the hits from those.
Right.
And it theoretically just is like, hey, America, here I am.
Here's Robbie Williams in your face.
I still have skin.
Here's in your face, America.
Yeah.
So we're
So
gonna do top 10 singles.
let's do those top 10 singles.
I think I'm going to be giving you those.
All right.
I'll be counting them down.
There you go, bro.
Thanks, bro. Whoa, spit that red pill out. All right. Here we go. Number 10.
I want to know what those no fap guys are called. They're like Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're Proud Boys. No porn. No porn.
well,
That's part of it. And
they're missing out because there's some good porn out there.
That's part of it. And also, somehow, white supremacy snuck in there.
Yeah, I listened to that. This American Life. Yeah,
it's weird how they just sneak together
sneaks
that.
in there.
Even
Number
though
10.
the whole Proud Boy thing was a black guy.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. The
That
baby's
was
talking to me.
This American Life episode. It was like a young millennial reporter that was like, "This is so weird."
Brought to you by
Squarespace.
Exactly. It's so weird, though, right?
This episode of Squarespace is brought to you by This American Life. Go ahead.
Number 10 that week was Please Remember Me by Tug McGraw's son.
Tim McGraw.
Yes.
Have no memory of any of his songs.
I don't either.
I know he wears a cowboy hat.
Well, because he's a cowboy. And he's one.
Baby.
Oh.
That's a different person.
Yeah. Number 9, Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. Goo Goo Dolls.
How does that one go?
You just gotta slide,
Slippity slide. I was thinking, you're causing it to slide. No.
So,
It was a huge hit. How does that go?
I don't remember. Number 8.
I don't remember. We gotta hear this one. Go ahead. What's number 8?
Number 8 is Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin.
Ooh, that was his big entree into the charts.
Yep, that was a huge hit everywhere. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby's black balloon makes me slide.
That's a different song.
I'm pretty sure.
Iris. Man, if you were in a Target in 1999, good luck not hearing the Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls are coming to the St. Louis University, not university, I don't know what St. Louis area as to Dizzy Up the Girl, 20th anniversary of Dizzy Up the Girl.
That's the album featuring Slide.
Yes.
So they're not going to do a boy named Goo.
No.
They're going to do Dizzy Up the Girl.
Yes.
That was a huge album.
Yeah.
It had Iris and
Black
the Black Balloon, Slide. That's it.
3 smashes.
But they were mega huge.
They were mega hits.
The only thing that rivaled their hugeness that summer was the Matchbox 20 album with the wife-beating anthem.
What's that one?
Push. I wanna push you around.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I took that red pill. I'm going to push you away.
No, it isn't. It's about an abusive relationship, but they're not celebrating.
Oh, okay.
But that one had tons of songs on it.
Yeah, that one did.
It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I feel like Matchbox 20 and the Goo Goo Dolls definitely need to get a cruise together.
They should. I would go on it.
The thing is, the lead singers could swap out and no one would know.
No. They'd be like, isn't that? No, I don't know. Number 7 was Angel of Mine by Monica. Nothing? Okay. Number 6 is Heartbreak Hotel, Whitney Houston featuring Faith Evans and Kelly Price.
What?
I don't know.
Heartbreak Hotel?
Yep, that's what it says.
Is that from The Preacher's Wife?
Maybe. Number 5, What's It Gonna Be? Busta Rhymes featuring Janet. That was a big video, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that. That was off the Velvet Rope LP.
But that can't be that one because it was Busta Rhymes featuring Janet.
Well, I often wonder, what was it called?
What's It Gonna Be?
What's it gonna be?
Is that Dishwire?
Isn't that how that works?
No, Third Eye Blind. Number 4.
Let's hear a little bit of it. Busta was on the Mos Def album that we did last time.
Yep. Yeah, Busta got a ride.
I kind of like Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. He's a fun guy. No, maybe that's not the... Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm thinking of the video, the Janet Jackson video featuring Busta Rhymes.
Oh, they did a little bit of
I
I'll
think
Scratch
so,
Your
yeah.
Back, You Be in My Video.
Number 3 was Believe by Cher. That song was everywhere.
That was ubiquitous.
Yeah.
That was the first prominent auto-tuned chorus that wasn't like just auto-tuning in tune. It was like, we're going to make this into an instrument.
It's going to sound like something outer
reminds me of
spacey.
that was like a running gag punchline on Will and Grace.
Do You Believe?
Yeah, there was Jack did a impression of Cher, and like people would try to do it, and he'd be like, "No, you're not doing it right." It's like, do you believe in life after love? Believe in life after love?
Number 2 was Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. Man, those guys burned up to number 2 and then went away.
No, they had that
remake of
the Laws remake.
Yeah, There She Goes.
Yeah, that Kiss Me. That was a big hit.
Yeah, it was. I remember seeing the video the first time, and I was like, what's this? That's what I did.
You're like,
what?
You mean you didn't see She's the One on opening day? It's
No.
from that movie.
Oh, okay. I did not see She's the One on the
It also had What About Now? The Funk
Soul Brother.
Check it out now. So it had those 2 songs in it, so it was a hit movie.
It's
It
a
was like,
huge movie.
It was huge.
Number 1, No Scrubs, TLC.
I don't think there's
on the
anything
TLC
that could be said about the TLC or No Scrubs that hasn't been said before on this podcast.
No, we love it.
So we would just say, ooh,
TLC.
on the TLC tip. Okay. That was the top 10 songs.
Yeah.
Robbie Williams was definitely... We jest on the podcast sometimes.
Oh, we're a couple of jesters.
About angling to be in the top 10, etc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have done that. We definitely have done that.
But Robbie Williams wanted to be in this top 10 more than I think he wanted anything else.
Oh, really?
That's my guess. Except for maybe drugs.
Is that... He loves drugs.
So anyway, my question for you is... Either... This feels like an artist with some songs and an artistic voice, you know, just jumping into the whole Rob Schmobby.
Rob Zombie?
Okay, I'm going to scratch that entire question.
Okay,
Let's
I
rewind.
like it.
Rewind. Okay, Robbie Williams
Yes.
gained fame in the early 90s for being in the British supergroup boy band Take That.
Take That?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They had the hit song "Want You Back for Good." That was the only one that cranked the U.S. charts.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back. Want you back.
I still don't
I
recall
want you back
I
for good.
still don't recall it.
Well, it was big.
Okay.
Our listeners will get on you on the social media for not knowing "Want You
I
Back."
doubt that.
Listeners, you know what you're supposed to do. Anyway, listener.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so he was huge for being in Take That.
Uh-huh.
And then he had his first solo album, which was not this one, because this was his American release. He had his first solo album, and I would compare that as an experiment to Justified, Justin Timberlake's first solo album, which was sort of similar time frame.
Sure.
So, I think maybe Robbie Williams is a little... Well, I think it's pretty similar time frame. Anyhow, would you say that musically succeeds in separating himself from the boy band and comes out with his own kind of artistic voice?
For The Ego Has Landed?
Yeah.
I mean...
Or is this kind of more the same, syrupy, sweet papalapadapadas?
Well, I think, so I
George Papadopoulos, Webster's father.
I always wanted a clock that I could hide behind.
And riding on a dumbwaiter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was never that small.
Really?
No, never.
Never?
Never.
Odd.
I said never, sir.
So when you were a baby, you were larger than Webster. Is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's weird. I need pictures of that.
I think this doesn't sound like a boy band so much, but whether it's the singular work of a solo artist and his vision, I think it does sound like a lot of other stuff. Like one song, maybe No Regrets, sounds like an Oasis song, and other songs. Millennium was a big hit.
No Regrets sounds like an Oasis
well,
song?
Wait, maybe it's not Regrets.
What album is that on?
Maybe
that
not. Maybe it's
on
Strong.
Yeah, Strong sounds like it really wants to be
in
Noel Gallagher.
Yeah. So, that right there is Oasis.
And then
this is off of Be Here Now. Yeah. Oh, All Around the World. Maybe that's what I was thinking it sounds like.
My breath smells of 1,000 fags, and when I'm drunk, I dress like my dad.
That's Strong.
Yep. I was a Robbie Williams early adopter.
Yeah.
I'll confess.
Did you get this album?
Yeah,
back
I got
in 1999?
Yeah. So I was on a road trip with friend of the show, Paul Wegman.
Okay. Yep.
And I had seen like Matt Pinfield on MTV talking about how this is going to drop, and he was huge in England.
Yeah.
He
Britain.
had
The United Kingdom.
Britain, the UK.
Okay.
And other assorted territories around the world.
Her Majesty's...
like Europe and Australia, and he was big everywhere,
New
but
Zealand?
here. Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah. United Arab Emirates.
Canada.
The Congo.
Okay. Yeah.
He was big, but he wasn't big in the States.
No.
And so he was going to release this album, and he had huge hits off this album there, but
not
releasing
this album.
No, off of 2 previous albums.
This is a compilation. When I was reading this little known website that I was reading called it's not a lot of people know about it. It's very good for references. Wikipedia.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
www.wikipedia.com.
Wait, is it an encyclopedia?
No. It's a Wikipedia.
Oh, so it's like like it's got that wicking action. Like
Yes,
those
it's maintained by Wiccans.
So it's an encyclopedia of witchcraft.
Yes.
So he's a warlock? Is that what you're telling me? Robbie Williams is a warlock.
That's what I was trying to get at. But this is a compilation album of those songs. And I guess these are the best songs. I think it's too long. That's a classic Gary complaint about an album, it being too long.
Yeah, you were like, I had to listen to this album, and that's my complaint.
That's too long.
His debut album was Life Through a Lens.
Okay.
That was released September 97, and that had Angels on it. and that was his fourth single from Life Through a Lens. That was his first huge hit. It was a huge hit in Europe, Latin America, and then the album sales kind of took off.
Because on his fourth single? That's
Yeah, they kept trying. They didn't know that would be the one.
Right.
Because it doesn't sound very much like a boy band song.
No.
And then Millennium was on the second album. That's I've Been Expecting You. Millennium was actually released before I've Been Expecting You came out. And then that was huge. 10 times platinum. I've Been Expecting You in the BPI. Huh. So it's big. I don't know if you Google... So anyway, he compiled what he thought would be the most marketable songs from those first two albums.
U.S. market?
Boom, America, here I am.
Yeah.
What happened, Gary?
Well, I don't know. Was this a big hit? I think it was. I remember hearing Millennium quite a bit. That's the song I remember hearing in 1999.
I heard Angels a ton myself.
Oh, really?
I remember hearing Angels out at bars and in, like, restaurants.
And
cars.
And bars.
Yeah, on my way to war.
And jars.
I went inside a jar.
And it's playing in there. It's like, who's
I was like, so sick of Robbie Williams, I'm just going to crawl into this giant jar.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And then I was playing golf, but then I got par, and then Angels started playing.
Nice. You didn't have to go far.
Nope. Not to hear this song. It was everywhere.
And Zanzibar.
Yeah, so I was on a road trip.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were telling that
I had seen
story.
Matt Pinfield talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an Anglophile.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's huge in the UK.
He's huge in my heart.
And he has this album. And a friend of the show, Paul Wegman, and I drove across the country. We drove from St. Louis, and we just went west.
Okay.
And our goal was to go west of Kansas City because neither one of us had been past that west.
Okay. How far did you make it?
First day, we made it to Colorado Springs.
Yeah, sure.
And how far did we make it on the trip?
Yeah.
Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And then we came back different route through the southern states. So Arizona, New Mexico, all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
Good trip.
Sounds like it.
Colorado Springs Walmart.
Did you guys sleep in each other's arms?
No, we tended to get 2 beds.
Okay.
But I'm not opposed to the idea for warmth and comfort. I mean, I was missing my girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry I said anything.
I don't know what you're insinuating.
No, nothing.
I'm totally fine with cuddling with Paul. Colorado Springs Walmart. We stopped there with first some provisions the first day, like snackies for the car, etc. And I went to the audiovisual area, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get this CD for the road trip.
Yeah.
So I got this. It was sort of like an impulse buy.
Right.
But I was like, I love Oasis. Mm-hmm. I like the UK. Mm-hmm. Matt Pinfield seems to enjoy it. And I did enjoy the Millennium song.
Okay.
Back then.
Right.
So I listened to it, and I think...
Did you overdo it? Do you hate it?
What I recall is that I really wanted to like Robbie Williams more than I liked him.
Yeah.
My favorite song on the album was No Shock Strong,
which
sounds more like a traditional Britpop song, right? Which is actually a huge hit for him, still huge. If you Google YouTube...
Okay, so I have to Google YouTube.
And then look for a video about Alta Vista.
Okay.
Click on the link.
Yes.
It'll take you to Alta Vista. Alta Vista, go.go.
Yeah. Okay. Can't I just cut out those other steps?
And then once you're on go.go, Google YouTube.
You're not even saying the search in it. It's DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGoose. DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
Bing.
Yes.
And then you Bing YouTube.
You had to Bing Google and Google YouTube. All right.
But look for a video of Robbie Williams singing Strong within the past few years. And it's like him performing the song to about 100,000 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it his encore?
With his shirt off,
Sure.
and it's showing off his tattoos and his abs, and every single person in the 100,000, it's like he can't even perform in a stadium. It's got to be like an outdoor music festival situation.
Right.
And every single person sings the whole song with him. Like, he is huge. But he's one of those people that, like, I don't know how many people, like, know of him here.
No, the only song I know really was, and that I liked was Rock DJ.
You like that song?
I kind of like that song, yeah.
But you didn't really do a deep dive.
No, that's really the only song I know by him.
Yeah. I mean, I defy anybody to, like, go into a bar in 99 or 2000 and not hear a little something like this.
I sit and wait.
Yeah.
There's an angel.
This song is not. This is kind of it's not a great song.
Do they know the
This is where we go. When we're grand old. You don't like it at all?
It's okay. I mean, the whole album, wasn't familiar with the album, and listening to it, I've listened to it like 3.5 times. It's inoffensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
You felt like it was inoffensive.
Yeah, I was not offended by it, except for that last song that said, "Gary Linton, you're a fat slob and your mom's a jerk."
There actually is a hidden track that's sort of like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you ever listen to the hidden track?
I did hear
Sir?
it. Yeah. I had to skip it back to it because even on in this digital age where hidden tracks are no longer,
yeah, they just make the 14th track 15 minutes long.
Right.
Hello, sir. But that's a hidden track that should remain hidden.
I don't know. They should have cut it up and put it as a 15th track.
Oh, okay. But it's not a song.
No.
So, I liked Angels, but again, I wanted to like it more than I actually liked it. I think that is a verse in search of a chorus. Like, I really like the verse that I was just singing, but the chorus, I really kind of gets on my nerves. And through it, oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. I don't like that part. But I like the piano chords at the beginning, that dun, dun, I sit and wait.
So does he write these? Does he write these songs?
Contemplate my fate.
Or
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We should figure that out.
Yeah.
Did you like any of the songs?
Did
you like Millennium back in the day?
I tolerated it. I never turned the radio off when it came on, or I don't know where I was hearing it. I guess it had to be because was there a video? I don't remember a video for it.
Yeah, he does write these songs.
Yeah. Oh, good for him. So,
yeah. At least he writes a lot of them. He wrote Angels. Looks like he wrote Millennium.
Well, that's good because sometimes with those boy bands, they're just there for singing.
But I don't think Beyonce writes all of her music, and it doesn't make her any less of a performer.
No, right. Not any less of a performer, but maybe, and I guess artist.
Just a different kind of artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked Strong a lot. I wanted to like Angels more than I liked it. Millennium is why I bought the album, but I think that song doesn't really hold up too well to repeat listens.
No.
It's fun. I like that noise.
Yeah. Okay. I think after we got through the Millennium, I was like, yeah, we've done that. I don't need to hear songs about it anymore.
And I think his lyrics are a little less clever than maybe he thinks they are.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he does seem like thinks he's clever.
Yeah.
He's
overdose on Christmas and give it up for Lent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is so like UK.
Right.
And I watched the Angels video, and it's just a lot of him like kind of wandering around England in black and white, but also like playing with a soccer ball, which is like so British.
He's very British.
I kind of so the wienerest song on the whole album is "She's the One," which not to be confused with the Ed Burns film of the same title.
I know, that's where I was confused.
I was her, she was me.
Oh yeah.
So this video is, he does have an interesting little sense of humor. I added a U for you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes.
That video is like he's the coach of a man and woman figure skating team.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And he's always kind of like wistfully looking at the woman. Like, he's really proud of her and everything. Right. And then the man gets hurt, so he has to, like, step in. And it's all of his dreams come true.
Right.
But it's very tongue-in-cheek. And he doesn't ever lip-sync the words or any. He's just a character in this little silent film. So he was famous enough to have fairly elaborate videos.
Right.
Which some of those are kind of enjoyable.
Like Rock DJ is where we talk about the...
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Rock DJ.
That videos. He takes off his clothes, and then he starts taking off his skin.
So he's standing in the middle, and there's girls roller skating around him, and there's a DJ who's a woman.
Right.
And he's trying to get her attention.
Right.
And he's singing the song.
Yeah.
So he takes his shirt off, like, hey, how about this?
Yeah.
And then he takes his pants off. Hey, how about this? Takes his underwear off. How about this? So then he takes his skin off, and then he starts throwing his muscles.
He takes his muscles off, and he's throwing his organs around, and then
and all of the roller skating girls are eating them.
Yes.
And then at the end, the DJ does notice him in his skeleton dances with her.
Yeah.
Which director was that? Because I think I saw that on one of those famous director compilations.
I don't think it was Spike Jonze or Michel Gondry. So maybe it was Chris Cunningham, maybe? Or not Chris Cunningham, but it's something like that. He did the Aphex Twins.
I don't know. Directed by Vaughn Arnell.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That was a very controversial video, but it's pretty silly. Yeah. This was actually his next album after that.
Right.
Rock DJ was on the album that came out a year later. British Single of the Year and British Video of the Year. So it continued to be huge over there. So huge that he sort of flamed out and had a drug habit and all this stuff. Then he rejoined Take That for a while in the late 2000s for a reunion thing, and now he's back to being a solo artist, and his latest album was like a huge hit 2016 in England.
Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, the UK.
Right, or British
Columbia.
Yeah, exactly.
The other one that gets stuck in my head is Old Before I Die. It's not a bad song. This could be a Oasis B-side.
Yeah, I can see that. That's Robbie Williams is your poor man's Oasis. Well, not so much there. That Oasis wouldn't sing like that.
It's a Robbie Williams song.
Right. That might be Menswear.
Maybe a Blur song?
No. The London Suede.
Maybe a Pulp B-side?
Right. Maybe the Verve.
The Verve Pipe.
Yeah.
No Regrets is not a bad song. I think you haven't listened to it enough. But it's,
I mean, Eric, I said it was inoffensive.
Yeah, that was damned by faint praise once again.
All right.
Well, we have a rating system.
Yeah, we do.
The way it works is 4 stars is a well-deserved classic status. 3 stars is like, you know what? It actually turns out it's not that bad.
Right. 2
stars is like, well, I guess that's why I don't listen to the Ego Has Landed CD anymore. I used to, but it's been a while.
Right.
1 star is like, you know, I was at Walmart. I needed something to listen to.
Right.
Don't judge me.
That's 1 star?
Don't judge me.
All right. What are you going to give it?
I'll give it 2.5.
I'm going to give it 2 stars.
2.5. Just because, and I'm being defensive is basically what's happening
Yeah,
there.
it's cool. No worries.
So we have to go to a break, Gary. I know that you want to keep talking about Robbie Williams.
No, I do not. You were wrong, sir.
We have to go to a break. Everybody hang in there because it's about to become a real roller coaster ride of a podcast with The Mummy coming up next.
Where did you get this?
On a dig down in Thebes.
Jonathan, I think you found something.
There is an ancient legend of a place known as the City of the Dead.
They call it the doorway to hell.
Where the earliest pharaohs were said to have hidden the wealth of Egypt. Are we going into battle?
There's something out there. Something underneath that sand.
They came to uncover its secrets.
Mummies, my good son. This is where they made the mummies.
They sought to unlock its treasure.
And then there was light.
Oh, boy.
What they did
Oh, my God. It does exist.
I think this may be the Book of the Dead.
was unleash a force unlike any the world has ever known.
You must not read from the book!
You have unleashed the creature that we have here.
Welcome back to my so-called podcast. I'm still Gary Linton.
And turns out I am still Eric Spiegel.
Oh, that was the Mummy.
Much to Gary's chagrin.
Yeah, no, Eric, you're great. Who directed that?
Yikes. Stephen Sommers.
Sommers.
Stephen Sommers. Sommers.
Okay.
And he went on
that
to
trailer.
Van Helsing fame.
That trailer, I don't think catches the true tone of the Mummy.
I was going to say that would be a good either or, but I guess you're not going to use that.
No, I'm going to use that.
Because it's using the music from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Speaking of 1992 Oscar winners.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which is a great score, by the way. It's one of the greats. So yeah, that was one that. So yeah, Francis Ford Coppola went in one direction for the Universal horror movie, and Stephen Sommers went in a different direction. So it's I agree.
And,
it's sort
Guillermo
of
del Toro went in another direction.
yeah. But that's sort of a subtweet of a Universal horror movie.
Right,
Like, he's not actually officially having the sexy times.
It was the Creature in Black Lagoon.
Sexy Times with the Creature.
Right.
Starring a mute girl.
Right.
And Richie Jenks.
Oh, yeah. I was like, who?
Richie Jenks. That's what I call him. Richie Jenks.
Um,
Anyway, what I'm saying is that, they use that Bram Stoker's Dracula music, and, like, just using that music is, like, totally not giving you an idea of what the Mummy movie is.
Right.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes, we are.
Gary,
You're going to do the top 10 movies?
there were movies. They were at the theater, and you could go see them.
Yep.
For example, you go see number 10, Shakespeare in Love. Why would you go see that? Because
Gwyneth
inexplicably won Best Picture just a few months before. Number
Tom
9,
Stoppard's...
Tom Stoppard. But he should have his name above the title.
Yeah,
Tom
Tom
Stoppard's
Stoppard's
Shakespeare in Love. That'll pack butts in the
He got
seats.
the screenplay. He won that award.
Yeah, that was the thing that that movie should have won.
Right.
not Best Picture.
Yeah.
Have you seen that recently?
Not recently, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a reason that people hated Harvey Weinstein. Number 9. Other than the fact that he was always assaulting people.
Right.
Number 9, Cookie's Fortune, which is a Robert Altman joint that a friend of the show, Scott Ravenhill, always liked. And I did not understand why.
Oh, yeah.
When I watched it. I was like, Which is the way I am about a lot of Robert Altman
That's
movies.
Liv Tyler's in... No, maybe I'm thinking
It's like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's Altman.
Number 8. I keep asking you to do this for the podcast. 10 Things I Hate About You. Movie I've never seen.
It's not bad. It's
I didn't
enjoyable.
ask your opinion of it.
Oh, I give it 3 stars.
I just want to watch some early Heath.
Okay. Yeah, Liv Tyler is in Cookie's Fortune. And Glenn Close. Julianne Moore.
I told you. A lot of people. Number 7. Hey! Analyze this!
What movie are you talking about?
You've gotta analyze this, Gary!
Is that your De Niro?
Hello!
That's not
New
a very
York!
good De Niro.
No, wait.
I told him I made him offer. He couldn't fulfill it.
That's
To
not
analyze
That
this.
is not De Niro.
Top of the world, Ma! Analyze this!
That's very good.
Number 6. Never Been Kissed.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, all I know is that Drew Barrymore wears jeans and holds her knee.
So, that's in the poster.
That's all I know about that.
No, you know what's disturbing about that movie is she plays a reporter who goes back to high school because she was a nerd in high school, and this time she's doing a report on high schoolers.
A reportage, if you will.
And she pretends to be a high school, and her teacher kind of like, I kind of like this girl, and it's fine because they're the same age, but he doesn't know they're the same age.
Right.
He thinks she's a high schooler.
And then the guy from To Catch a Predator busts in with a
No.
camera and like a light, and he's like, Luke Wilson,
Exactly.
or whoever it is.
I think it is.
Might be Luke Wilson.
Maybe.
I know he was in Home Fries with her.
Oh, right. Maybe it's not Luke Wilson. Never Been Kissed. David Arquette.
I could go for some Home Fries right now.
David
sauce.
Arquette. No, David Arquette was her brother. It was Michael Van something.
Winterbottom. Michael Winterbottom.
Michael Vartan.
Oh, Michael Jordan. Michael B. Jordan.
No, Michael Vartan.
Michael B. Jordan
He went on to
as a fetus.
star in Alias. Or he was in the show Alias.
He was dad character?
No, he's Jennifer Garner.
He's Jennifer Garner?
Yep.
Wow, he's a real chameleon.
Yes.
That Jennifer Garner in Alias, she stole America's heart, didn't she?
She stealthily stole America's heart.
She stole all of the secrets in our heart and
That's
sold
right.
them to Russia, etc. I don't know what's going on in that
I
show.
know.
Something secret. She also kicks people a lot.
Yeah. Well, no, that's Electra.
She's lithe.
You're thinking of Electra.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm never
nobody's
Electra. No one ever is, and neither am I. Number 5, a much better movie than Never Been Kissed, even though I've never seen Never Been Kissed, Election. One of my faves.
Yeah, it's a good one. We talked
love that
about it
movie.
previously.
Number 4, Life, starring Eddie Murphy
Oh, yeah.
and Martin Lawrence. And I don't think in any fat suits.
Old age suits.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Life is life.
That's right. Life is like a box of chocolate when you're
I
in
think that was
prison.
the final movie Ted Demme directed
Oh, really?
before he died of a heart attack at a young age. Number 3, hanging on 6 weeks into its box office run, The Matrix.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Bullet
Matrix,
Time.
Great movie. Great movie.
Red Pill. Number 2, starring lasers and Catherine Zeta-Jones's butt, Entrapment.
Oh, Entrapment. That's right.
Well, that old age makeup that Gary is showing us, which we'll link to in the show notes, isn't that offensive.
No.
It's not like a Medea situation.
No.
Or a Norbit situation.
Right.
Number 1, $43 million at the box office, selling out all of its theaters. The Mummy.
Oh, what? Shut up. That's the movie we're talking about.
I know. Great segue, huh?
Yeah, it was a good segue. All right, Eric. So either
it's no segue.
No, like the scooter?
The device.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue.
Oh, right.
This was just a segue.
I'm glad, like, for the device, they actually spelled segue properly, as in S-E-G-W.
You mean phonetically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you don't like French.
I hate the French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
don't get me
I don't
started.
think there's any French people in this movie, so you're good.
Okay.
There's a lot of ethnicities. There's a lot
yeah.
of interesting choices for who plays those ethnicities.
Right.
But I don't think any French people. So go ahead.
All right. So The Mummy is a remake of...
Is it?
Well, no. Not really. So... Either The Mummy is just a good summertime action popcorn flick, or it's kind of a dumb movie.
Well, what's the difference between those two things?
Well, yeah. I guess, there you go. There's our conversation. Can it be both?
So, when I first saw it, I thought it was fun. But like I said, I was just like... not studying on a Friday night. So maybe that does define what a good popcorn movie is. If you're in the mood for a good time, this movie... it's overwhelmingly stupid. And the amount of time they put into thinking through...
Okay, so... Let's go and break it down. Brendan Fraser is some Indiana Jones character at the very beginning.
Right. He's an Indiana Jones ripoff character. He's a treasure hunter.
Everybody's riding horses at him, and he's behind a wall, and he's like...
There's a war happening at the beginning
right
of the movie.
at the beginning.
No explanation.
No.
A war. No, but there's a pre-credits sequence of how the mummy became the mummy as
you're
well.
right.
That's
you're
the
right.
beginning part.
Yes, that is
and actually, I didn't mind that first part.
No, yeah.
That part was pretty good. Although, it was a little shortened. It tells the story of how the mummy became the mummy. The titular mummy became the mummy because he was the priest that was sleeping with the pharaoh's wife.
Yeah.
And Pharaoh don't play that.
Right. So they mummified him and cursed him.
Right.
Yep.
And well, she killed herself.
That's right.
And he ran away with his priest to try to bring her back from the dead.
Yeah.
Which he promised her he would do.
Right, that's right.
A mummy never breaks his word.
That's true.
Thank you, mummy.
Yes.
But then Pharaoh's guys get the drop on him, mummify him alive.
Yes.
Title card.
Well, and throw some flesh-eating beetles in with them. The title card,
which, according to Wikipedia, was the only surviving part of Joe Dante's screenplay.
Oh, really?
The flesh-eating scarab.
Nice.
That were jewelry
Dante.
that come alive.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. But then it is Indiana Frazier.
Yep. In the war.
Is in the war.
Yep.
He shoots a lot of people who fall down, which is what happens when you shoot people with a gun. They fall down.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot in this
There's
movie.
a lot of he shoots a lot of people. And that was kind of crazy, too, because like he's shooting, then he runs, and then he pulls out these other guns. And it's like, why does he have all these guns on him?
It's a war, Gary.
I guess so. But
he has a lot of guns.
He has a lot of guns at that point. And then he's about to be killed, but then they run off. The people that are going to kill him. They get
Stereotype.
Because a face is made in the sand.
Right.
Right.
And it's not like you take your finger and you make eyes and then a smile.
Not like that.
No, it's like a face.
With
It's
Doom.
like a CGI face.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then Brendan Fraser runs off into the desert, and the people are like, well, should we kill him?
And who are those people?
They
are the descendants of Pharaoh's temple guards.
Oh, okay.
The ones that made the mummy in the first place. And they have sworn over 3,000 years. What? 3,000 years to protect the world from the mummy.
It's a living.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
So,
They're terrible at it, though.
Right.
They can't stop Bumbles Magoo from stopping him from becoming alive. But anyway, I digress.
And so then we get to 3 years later.
Right.
Yeah. They decide not to kill Brendan Fraser because the desert will kill him. The desert will kill him.
But it doesn't matter.
No, yeah.
Just like nothing matters.
Right.
Even if you get hanged in this movie, you live.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Brendan Fraser also gets hung and
lives.
Yeah, because he didn't break his
usually when you drop through that trapdoor.
Well, they even say that. They make a point of like, oh, his neck didn't break.
Right. So we make a joke on the trivia that there's no stakes, that we want to have stakes so the trivia will be interesting.
Right.
And this movie is the epitome of no stakes.
Right.
It is the epitome of no stakes.
It's just everything.
There are people who are designated to die, and they're probably going to die by either the mummy or Brendan Fraser shooting them.
And, they're introduced just to die.
Right.
We got our 3. So we meet Brendan Fraser right away. And then
3 years later, we meet Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, in an adorable sequence where she's like balancing on a ladder.
So I saw this on opening day, 1999.
Yeah.
And the reason we watched this movie, full disclosure,
is for Rachel Weisz.
Is because I'm a huge fan of the movie Disclosure.
Well, fair enough.
That's not related. The reason is because we went to Universal Studios recently, and there's a 2004 ride called The Mummy. And it's based off this movie series. And it even has, like, while you're waiting in line, Brendan Fraser talks to you in full costume and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And, spoiler alert, the ride is awesome.
Oh, it's a good ride.
It's a really good ride. It starts off as kind of a dark ride, like Pirates of the Caribbean, where you're moving around and you see stuff on the left and right and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But then, like, about 20 seconds into the ride, it becomes clear that it's a full-on roller coaster inside, and you roller coaster around while there's like mummy stuff and stuff getting sprayed at you, whatever. There's fire. It's awesome.
Okay.
Anyway, all my kids liked the ride, and I was like, oh, we can probably watch The Mummy.
Yeah.
So that's why we watched
it.
And I had not watched it since 99.
No.
The opening day.
You didn't go get the DVD?
I never watched it again
Mummy.
After that. I never watched The Mummy Returns. I never watched The Scorpion King. I was not a Mummy-verse person.
No.
But I did remember Rachel Weisz on that ladder knocking down all the bookshelves.
Oh, yeah.
And I remembered this sand face. And I kind of remember that the mummy was sort of a hairless bodybuilder type.
Okay.
That's all I really remembered.
Yeah,
and I kind of remember that Brendan Fraser has nice hair in the film.
I guess he has nice hair.
Really, I remember that scene where she knocks over the books. Like, that's what I remembered. It really had literally no memory of the film.
Right.
Other than that. Anyways, so we meet her. She knocks over a lot of bookcases. Then we meet her ne'er-do-well brother, who's drunk for the first scene, and then the alcoholism just drifts away.
Well, yeah, sure. Because, I mean, he likes
drunk. Scotch.
He's drunk later when
she gets drunk.
Right. He's already passed out.
Yeah. And my kids were like, why is everybody drunk? And I'm like, I don't know. Because
adulthood. Adulthood.
That's what we do.
Exactly.
That's how we do, kids.
Because of you.
Thanks a lot. Anyway, So we meet her and her brother. Her brother's got this little ding dong.
John, wait, he's got a little ding dong. What? What movie?
He's got this little dongle.
What are you watching?
He's like, look, I was on a dig in Thebes and I got this little ding dong. And she's like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so she opens it up.
John Hannah.
Because he didn't think to looking it up. John Hannah, Sliding Doors fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so charming in Sliding Doors. He's so underused in this.
Yeah, he was underused.
They open it up. It's got a map in there.
Ooh,
a 3,000-year-old, really legible map.
Yeah.
They take it to her boss, who instantly, accidentally sets it on fire.
But purposely, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
We learn later.
No, but even then it looks like it was purpose.
It's better that you don't go after
Yeah,
the...
exactly.
What's the city called?
Happen.
Not going to work here anymore. Hamanoptera?
Yes. Yeah, it sounds right.
So they find the map to the city where the mummy is.
And they're all like, hey, Dora, let's go explore it.
And then they're like, wait, and I don't remember the connective tissue here. John Hannah stole the little ding dong from Brendan Fraser?
Yes. That's it.
So
Yes.
I stole this off this guy who's a prisoner. Been a prisoner for 3 years. You can tell because his hair is long.
His hair's so long. But it was because he was filming George of the Jungle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he was really famous for a while.
In 1999, he had George of the Jungle.
Encino
The Mummy.
Man.
Well, no, not in 99. He had like 3 movies come out in 99, though.
Looney Tunes back into action.
No, that was in the same year. Yeah, so, yeah, just keep going.
Gods and Monsters.
But that was 98.
So
that was a year
he was on
before.
top of the world right then.
Right. He did, George of the Jungle was 97. Blast from the Past, The Mummy, and Dudley Do Right in 99.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeesh.
Yeah.
Brr.
Bah.
Barf.
Burger.
I think he was starting to show his true colors that year.
You know what? I'm going to give... The Mummy is, not that great of a movie, but it has... The actors are charismatic, and they all give a good performance and likable performance, and Brendan Fraser is included in that, I think.
So, here's my take on The Mummy. It's one of those Hollywood movies where it's using the full force of the Hollywood studio.
Yes, yeah.
Costumes, makeup, CGI, set design,
Right.
actors.
These are movie stars.
Movie
Not just-
stars.
Yeah.
There's scenes where there's like thousands of extras, old World War II planes, horses running and charging, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Stuff
A lot
to turn you
it's
white.
All yes, it's true.
This man has no little ding dong.
But it's like, it's all the Hollywood stuff. It's basically an old-timey Hollywood B movie.
Yeah.
And just as much thought went into the plot of this as an old-timey Hollywood B movie. Whereas... I mean, okay. So the plot of Raiders of the Lost Ark is... Indiana Jones wants the Ark.
Yeah.
So do the Nazis.
Right.
They're both trying to get the Ark.
Right.
Action, action, action. Nazis get the Ark.
Right. And,
Indiana Jones closes his eyes. Nazis melt.
Right.
The end.
And one of the big knocks on that is, if Indiana Jones hadn't done anything, it's the same ending.
Right.
Well,
but I don't...
Except the Ark might be.
I think that's more of an observation than a complaint.
Yeah.
Like, so what?
Right.
The whole point of Raiders of the Lost Ark is that the action set pieces are breathtakingly amazing.
Well, yeah.
And the places where he ends up going from scene to scene to scene are totally unexpected and totally movie magic.
Mm-hmm.
The place where he falls in with the serpents, or when he's fighting the 7-foot-tall Nazi muscle man, but then he gets cut up by the propeller.
Yeah.
Or when he's crawling underneath the van and punching Nazis from the right and left side of the van and all that. And then he gets his whip tied to it, and he's being dragged behind it.
Right.
So Spielberg uses the B-movie plot as a place to hang his like really amazing set pieces that just like blow your mind, right?
Well, yeah.
You can watch any one of those scenes in, isolation and still be impressed by it, right?
Yeah, Raiders is a great movie. Okay.
So, what's different between a great movie like Raiders, which is a B movie? I mean, it's trying to be like an old B movie that Lucas and Spielberg liked.
An old serial.
And this movie, which is like that, but not anywhere near as good at all.
Yeah, I think... I don't know if... I mean, well, you can get into the fact that Stephen Sommers is nowhere near as good of a director as Steven Spielberg. I mean,
okay. All right, but let's slice the sausage a little thin here.
Okay.
Why? What is it that this movie is missing?
I think something that so this movie tried to be a little lighthearted, and it kind of sprinkles these jokes kind of throughout. Mm-hmm. Like, right at the beginning, that Brendan Fraser and Kevin O'Connor, Kevin O'Connor
Benny?
Character, is like, I'll never leave you. And then, like, a beat later, he's running away.
Right.
So, that's supposed to be a joke. And then...
But the thing is, there's jokes in Raiders.
Yeah, there are.
There's jokes about snakes, and there's jokes about Marion, and there's jokes about, the famous...
The knife.
I'm going to shoot the sword guy.
Sword guy, yeah.
But the jokes here, I think, deflate the stakes.
I think,
am I supposed to give a crap about this battle at the beginning of the movie?
Right, yeah, well, you don't even know...
I don't know who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, why they're there.
No tension is built. I think it's trying to build tension, though, because, you get the scene where the guy runs away, and then Benny runs away.
But why are they there?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
We have no idea.
Are the charging guys on horses,
good guys or bad guys?
Really good people?
Right.
In which case, let's just trample Brendan Fraser.
They end up being the good guys, because... the mummy's the bad guy.
You could make a good point to say that Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and John Hannah are the bad guys.
They're trespassing and
stealing.
Great, they're grave robbers.
Right. They unleash an unholy mummy upon the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they cleaned up their mess by Act 3, but still.
Well, that is a scene where Rachel Weisz is saying that. It's like, look, we did this. We got to fix it.
Right. Okay.
And so,
I mean, let me be clear. I like the Rachel Weisz parts.
Yeah, she's a doll.
Any of the parts with her are good.
Right.
I like those parts. Anything else?
I mean,
I'm a little lukewarm on.
The movie's fine. It's fine. I mean, the dialogue is very dumb. Like
I've seen better dialogue in a DuckTales episode.
Right. Like where John Hannah says, or at the beginning, Rachel Weisz is like, "Oh, this is a map to
Hemenoptera.
Hemenoptera."
I think.
And then John Hannah's like, "The Hemenoptera?" It's like, "Oh, yeah."
No. Southern Hemenoptera. It's in Jersey.
Yeah, right. And,
you take the 405 south. You exited.
Right.
I couldn't pull a Jersey.
And then the stakes. So then they meet. Yeah, they meet 3 Americans. And,
3 or 4.
Well, the one guy's not an American.
So that whole thing was very. I didn't remember that at all.
Okay.
And the whole thing is, this is another grave-robbing team.
Right. Yeah, that's really strange.
That happened to be on the same boat.
Yep.
To Hemenoptera.
Yeah, they're on the wrong side of the river, though.
essentially you can just get on a boat and then ride a camel for like 20 minutes and you're there.
Right, you gotta wait. Well, first you gotta wait for then you gotta wait for the sun to rise, and just having the sunrise shows you where this city is.
Right. So finding this city that people haven't been able to find for 3,000 years is so easily done.
Right.
That like hundreds of people do it at the same time, and then have a race, sort of, Smokey and the Bandit style,
Right? Yeah.
on camels and horses to get there.
Rachel Weisz wins.
She wins because of her outfit.
She's the lightest.
It's a cute little outfit. That's why she wins.
Don't be creepy.
She's older than me. Okay. I can be creepy about Rachel Weisz.
Sure.
I was telling friend of the show, Alicia Spiegel, about I had watched the movie Chain Reaction, which is a movie with Rachel Weisz, Keanu Reeves, and I want to say Morgan Freeman, and an airboat chase.
Maybe.
I think it was one of the director of The Fugitive, Andrew.
Oh yeah, don't remember.
Andrew Davis's follow-up, like trying to capture the glory of The Fugitive, which
never did.
But I watched it with my family, and I was like, I could watch that movie again. And they were like, that wasn't that good.
That's not a good movie.
I liked it because it had Rachel Weisz in it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who she was from anywhere. That was the first time I ever saw her. But I was like,
Chain Reaction.
And then when Mummy was coming out, I was like, ooh, it's the Chain Reaction girl. I was very excited about any Chain Reaction girl movies at this point in my life. That might have been why I went to see this movie.
Oh,
actually.
could be, yeah.
Anywho, they get to there. Spoiler alert, they walk around tombs and dungeons for a while, which could have been a lot more fun, by the way.
Yeah.
All the sections of this could have been a lot more fun. And
it, I think the problem with the Mummy also, I'm going to jump to the end, is because they're trying to stop the Mummy from killing them, but the Mummy is immortal, and so they can't kill him. Like Brendan Fraser has shot him. He's thrown a cat at him.
So Brendan Fraser, his character is the Indiana Jones character, but he's sort of the lunkheadedest.
Oh yeah.
Brendan Fraser,
but then he is
Indiana
also
Jones
clever at points.
Yeah, I don't get a bead on him as a hero. I liked some of the stuff he did, but did you ever see the Simpsons episode where Homer gets a gun?
Yeah.
And he uses it to, like, open doors and turn on the TV
open
and
the
stuff.
Beer.
Open a beer.
Yeah.
That's sort of this character.
Right.
This is his solution to almost every problem, is
Just
to pull out
gun.
2 handguns and shoot them at the same time at whatever.
He has a lot of
I feel
guns.
like if he was hungry for cheese, he would shoot the refrigerator and hope cheese came out.
Right.
Like, that's sort of what I feel like was going on here. Whereas Indiana Jones is not the hugest gun guy. He has a gun, but, like, he's got a whip.
Right.
I mean, even the whip, like, have a thing. His thing is 2 guns. That I feel like that's this movie in a nutshell. Like, his thing is to shoot 2 guns. Like,
right.
And
like
then this movie's like, what would be better is if he pulled out another 2 guns.
Right. Some sort of
because more
John
guns
Woo.
is better. I wish it were some sort of John Woo.
Shooting 2 guns in slow motion at the side.
I don't think there's any slow motion in this
there's
film.
not.
No. There is CGI. What do you think of the CGI?
It was not good, especially when how well it has gotten in the last 20 years. Like, there's a point, I mean, The Mummy, yeah, it's bad. And there's actually a point where, like, John Hannah's supposed to be looking up at the Mummy, and he did not look up at the face of the Mummy.
Well, maybe he's disturbed by the fact that the Mummy's crotch looks really weird as he's all rotting and stuff.
It could be, yeah. Hey, don't judge on his crotch. Why are you staring at his crotch?
So, Gary, 1992, Universal Studios was like, let's remake The Mummy because it was Bram Stoker time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Bram Stoker was a huge hit. Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Yeah.
huge hit in 92.
They even did Mary Shelley's Frankenstein because
Right.
of...
They were greenlighting things left and right.
Yeah.
Mary Shelley, this. And they said, okay, let's make a $10 million Mummy remake, right? And they said, let's do a low-budget horror movie. Guess who they got? Clive Barker.
Oh, okay.
And so his vision was a very dark and violent story revolving around the head of a contemporary art museum. I like that. A contemporary art
Yeah,
museum.
sure, of course.
Not a natural history.
No.
It's got to be real stylistic. Turns out to be a cultist trying to reanimate mummies. It was a dark and sexual screenplay filled with mysticism. Universal was like,
Nope.
pass.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Right.
But then they were like, let's give $15 million to Joe Dante.
Sure. That's not a bad idea.
Maker of Gremlins, Gremlins to the New Batch,
Yep.
Gremlins,
He also
Gremlins to the New Batch,
he did
Matinee,
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers. I think he actually made Looney Tunes Back in Action.
He did
actually.
do that one, yep.
Ironically starring Brendan Fraser. Anyway, Joe Dante, his deal was Daniel Day-Lewis is the Mummy.
Yeah. Sign me
And-
up.
Right. Written by John Sayles.
Oh, wow.
Set in contemporary times, focused on reincarnation with elements of a love story. That was going to have a $15 million budget. Universal was like, nah, pass. And then at this point, Stephen Sommers was like, what if it was like a rip-snorting action adventure like Indiana Jones and the Mummy's just getting in the hero's way? And they were like, yes, we will give you $80 million
Right.
to make that crap. And it turns out, Universal was right.
Yep, they worked out for him.
Big old hit.
It was a huge hit.
I really want to see that Clive Barker Mummy movie.
I want to
Or
read
the Joe
John
Dante, John
Stiles,
Sayles, Daniel Day-Lewis Mummy
yeah.
movie.
I'd like to see that one.
Yeah, I'd watch both those movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would pay $25 million just to see both of those.
Wow, you got that kind of scratch?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. I didn't know. Sorry.
Anyway, I want to like this movie so much more than I actually like.
Well,
this
I
movie.
don't think. Well, I think
Much like the ego has landed.
that makes the case where this movie is just trying to be a fun movie. I don't know if it's really trying to be much more than what it is.
Yeah, but I think it's trying to be a fun movie, but does it actually succeed?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, or do you have to sort of trick yourself into thinking that it's fun? Is it really fun?
No, the only reason it's fun is the actors they're charismatic actors. You know, Rachel Weisz, Brendan Fraser is, he's
Well, I mean, I think that you can enjoy the costumes and
yeah,
locations.
right, yeah,
and,
also
you know.
that, yeah. John Hannah's always been good, and he is underutilized.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like if there would have been more ideas.
Yeah,
There's really one idea.
and they're able to kill
is
the
that
mummy so easily at the end.
The mummy is going to come back to life by killing the guys who brought him back to life.
Yeah,
I feel like that is actually a pretty good horror movie.
right.
So why not have a horror movie? Why does it have to be this lighthearted, fun action thing?
I don't know.
Because it makes money.
Yep, it made money.
They were pretty smart about that. And then, so I think any discussion of this movie has to include the fact that Universal tried to create a cinematic universe last year
Oh yeah,
with a
right.
Tom Cruise vehicle
Right.
called The Mummy.
And
Right.
they asked Guillermo del Toro to do A Creature from the Black Lagoon, and he gave them that script, and they were like, "No, you're not going to do that." And he's like, "No, I'm going to go and do that."
Yeah.
Like that was going to be part of,
The Dark Universe.
yeah. But
I love Guillermo.
Yeah,
This is a sidebar. Guillermo del Toro is like my favorite director that I don't really love any of his work, but I just love that he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Like Shape of Water is one of the weaker Best Pictures in a long time. But I loved watching The Shape of Water.
Since Shakespeare in Love?
Since The Artist.
Oh, right, sure.
I mean, I love that The Shape of Water is the inoffensive choice somehow.
Yeah, right, yeah. So,
I mean, it's somehow not edgy to do a have sex with the creature from Black Lagoon movie. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We could maybe do I don't know if there's any. I think Kronos might be a 90s movie. We could dip back into the real back catalog of of Guillermo if we were going to do it on this podcast. But
yeah, Universal trying to do a cinematic universe a la Marvel, a la DC.
93 Kronos was. Yeah. So it somehow, and I actually have it from the library. I got it from the library with the intention of watching this and that to sort of comment on this.
You did.
But I couldn't make myself watch it because apparently Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Getting a phone call.
Right.
You like my new ringtone?
I do. It's better than the Alf one.
Somehow it's like a lot worse than this is.
Is it? Did you watch it?
No, but according to critical response,
because
Brendan Fraser Mummy is in like the upper 50s. Tom Cruise Mummy 16.
Right. And
that's RottenTomatoes.com.
Because I don't think I would call this Mummy a bad movie. I mean, again, this is inoffensive, probably. It's like, it's just...
But how hard would it be to make? I don't understand where they went wrong with this Dark Universe thing. So they wanted to connect Mummy to Jekyll and Hyde to Dracula to this and that. And
the problem there is they're all different time frames. Right?
Well, but they wouldn't be. They'd all be present day, I guess.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how... I think what the thing was is they were like, what we want to do is make basically a Mission Impossible movie and have a mummy in it.
And so that's what they got, Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they decided to end up doing, and it just... I don't know. I kind of want to watch it just to see why...
How bad it is?
Why is it so bad? Because it seems like, Mission Impossible movie, drop a mummy in there, that still would be fine, right? But apparently... It is not.
No.
And so we should give Stephen Sommers a little credit, I guess, because it's pretty hard to do this. So much so that the Dark Universe is now defunct. Yeah. One movie in there, defunct. They're going to do like standalone versions of stuff. I guess the guy who made Gods and Monsters wanted to make Bride of Frankenstein. That was one of the things that was going to be... And I love the Universal movies, the Universal horror movies. Like that's a great little pocket of the cinematic universe, but they aren't action movies.
No. Well, no.
It's a little weird to make them into an action adventure, because like the whole appeal is the sort of weird, creepy
the
horror.
Suspensefulness of it.
Yeah. It's got. I mean, I think if Sommers had spent more time developing the world of the Mummy, like if we'd had more of these flashback things, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. Like, give me a little bit more of the creepy world of the Mummy.
Yeah.
Like build that a little bit. It all just happens, and then Brendan Fraser shoots it.
Well, he stabs the Mummy at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Stabs him.
Okay. Well. You have anything else to say before we rate this thing?
No. I think that's it.
4 stars is a well-deserved classic Mummy.
Okay.
3 stars is it's a pretty good Mummy.
That's a pretty good Mummy.
2 stars is that's why I haven't watched The Mummy in a while. And
yeah.
1 star is like, we were young. We didn't know how bad The Mummy was.
Right. I'm going to give The Mummy a 2 stars.
Yeah, I'll give The Mummy 1.5 stars.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
I mean, yeah. But
if you saw a half an hour of it on cable, like any random half an hour, that would be fine.
sure.
You don't need to watch any other half hour of it.
Right.
You get the gist.
Sure.
There's
right.
not a particular half hour that I would recommend unless it was like a Rachel Weisz heavy half hour.
I think there's a middle section might be, yeah.
Yeah. Depending upon which outfit you want to see Rachel Weisz
Right.
in. Probably how I would choose it.
Sure.
I mean, that's probably how Darren Aronofsky watches it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think
they're not together
This is
anymore,
the
are they?
either or. Does Darren Aronofsky watch 1999's The Mummy, or is it too painful?
It's too painful. Yeah, she was 29 when she made this, right at the height of her adorableness.
Well, yeah. So
Yep.
she's my elder. It's not
Yep.
creepy to
No.
be into somebody that's like 5 years older. than
No,
me.
you're being creepy.
You're creepy.
Thanks for listening to another episode of My So-Called Podcast. Not a podcast about my so-called life.
But also not creepy. Not
No.
a creepy podcast at all.
No, not at all. We'll be back again. Oh, well, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe. in
Rate
iTunes.
us on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Right. Gary, you were on the Facebook,
No, I'm no longer on Facebook.
but you're on the Snapchat.
No, not really. And I used to do Instagram, but then Facebook owns Instagram. And I'm thinking of getting rid of that too.
I know. I was totally into Instagram because I was like, I don't have to read anything. I can just
Yeah.
look at these people's pictures. But you know what? Facebook, man.
Yep.
Some bad news.
It is bad news.
But anyway, we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yep. 2 weeks.
We'll be taking you back to another week in the 90s. Whether you want to go or not.
Sure. Thanks for listening. I've been Gary Linton.
And I'm Eric Spiegel. Goodbye. Welcome back to my so-called podcast. I'm Eric Spiegel.
And I'm Gary Linton.
I'm Owen Spiegel.
I'm Ruby Spiegel, the little kid. I'm Adam Spiegel, the list.
And this week we're talking about Stephen Sommers' The Mummy from 1999. Had you ever seen this before, Ruby?
Yes, you actually showed it to me.
Right. Had you ever seen it before I showed it to you?
No.
No. Why did we watch The Mummy, Adam?
Because we wanted to.
Oh,
I don't
that's-
remember. Because we wanted to do it for the podcast.
Yeah, and there was one
because-
other reason, Owen.
Because we went to Universal Studios last month.
Because,
Okay.
no, it's because we read the roller coaster at
The Mummy is
Universal
not a
Studios.
roller coaster.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No, it's not.
They based this movie on that roller coaster.
No, they.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They
Or
based
the other
Yeah.
way
the
around.
roller
no.
coaster.
No, I mean, there was
Yeah.
a mummy on the
on-
roller coaster. There's a mummy in this movie.
Right.
Yeah, but
Brendan
it's,
Fraser
Was he
on the roller coaster. And
Are
in
you
the
guys
movie.
saying a bunch of lies?
No, you just.
Was there? Hey, do you remember
You're
sand
just
on the
too
roller
puny
coaster?
to
Was there
ride
any
that
sand?
roller coaster,
There's a
so
lot
you
of
don't
sand in
know.
this movie.
Yeah.
And the roller coaster was like shaped like a camel.
No,
No.
No.
it's not a roller coaster.
Okay, this isn't a roller
Well,
coaster
then what
podcast.
is a roller coaster?
A roller
Whoa.
coaster. It's
No,
What
no,
is a roller coaster?
It's a coaster on rollers.
Yeah, so let's refocus, guys. We're talking about The Mummy, the 1999 adventure horror adventure movie. What were you guys' thoughts? Adam? What'd you think about the movie? Point your head at that thing.
I like when he said, "I need my mommy."
That didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
What was your favorite part, Adam?
Skip me.
Okay.
Do someone else.
Okay. Ruby?
I thought it probably had 5 million people dead at the end.
Yeah.
A lot of dead people.
Death.
A lot of death.
Yeah, that's
this
the
is
way
the
all
movie.
horror
Death,
movies work.
Torture, death, torture, death, torture, death, torture, death, torture.
We can edit.
And plus love.
Oh, and all.
I thought. I mean,
What'd you think, Owen?
it was pretty good. I mean, the CGI was kind of on point for a 90s movie, so but I guess it's a little bit more of like a 2000s movie because it's 99, so like it's the end of the decade. So
Yeah, that's still 20 years ago.
it's still 20. Yeah, that's
whatever.
true.
Yeah, I think it was better once the mummy got all of his flesh back. Because when he was a CGI character, it was a little distracting for me.
It was
Yeah.
creepy. I
like,
haven't
what is
not
this,
finished the
Hollow Man?
process.
Exactly.
I need your eyes.
I mean,
And why did he choose somebody who had bad eyesight? Right? Why didn't the mummy need glasses?
I like if he had
Good point.
eyes,
That'd be
eyes. Well, then
Okay.
why didn't he took his eyes? So then why didn't the mummy have bad eyesight? Maybe it did. That's why he was going like, where
That's
am
why
I?
audio medium.
The whole
Ruby
movie.
is yeah. So, Adam, your turn.
I like the part where the guy was controlling the sand, and the other guy on the other guy was shooting the sand and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was a little silly, right? He was shooting the sand.
Although it was
Fraser.
sort of Brendan Fraser's like solution
And
to
I like the
That's
other.
true.
My dad said whenever I said take the bazooka, like the bazooka.
that was not a bazooka. That was a heavy
you were saying-
machine gun.
machine gun, and they just took the machine gun.
A bazooka fires
Oh, I thought
missiles.
Yeah, but you know what he's
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like when he sort of like listened to me.
The character did exactly what you kind of told him to do.
Yeah.
It was like a
No
virtual
one
reality
knew, but
Yeah,
it was like
right.
an interactive movie. If you were scared, it would make it more scary. And if you were like, get the rifle, they would get the rifle.
But it wasn't a rifle.
Whatever.
So, Ruby, you ended
Rifle,
up kind of
bazooka,
liking
who
it, would you
cares?
say? Towards the end?
Yeah.
Sort of?
She absolutely hated it.
Yeah, she kept leaving.
What? I only lived where there was like right over the screen and the sound of gunshots, and that's like where I was like
Scaredy cat.
scaredy dog, scaredy cat, scaredy
There were-
turtle. I prefer that.
There were cats in the movie.
Scaredy
Yeah,
cat,
you know who's scared of cats? The mummy.
That's right. The mummy's scared
Yeah,
of
the
cats.
mummy is scary cat. Yeah, the mummy is actually scared of cats. You know,
Speaking of
That was kind of a nice-
supernatural like stuff, so when he went golfing inside the tomb, and he just randomly hit a wall, and nothing fell out except for the sarcophagus.
I think that was very realistic.
Well, they
And he
were,
just like
they
shut
were
the wall, and the
banging
sand
on
went
it,
boom.
So the floor was weak.
It was sort of the
He
straw
just
that
shut
broke
the
it.
mummy, like,
But nothing else
jumping
fell
down.
out. But
I don't think how you know those like blue gold things where like that
bugs?
fat guy who what's his name? It was like he was fat and he took the blue gold.
And he got a
he
scarab
died?
that went into his brain. or
Yeah,
whatnot.
how did like the
yeah, that was kind of
yeah, like
bad.
how did the beetles or insects stay in the blue gold for like
Movie magic.
1,000 million
Yeah, I think I gotta
years?
go with that one on this magic.
I'm gonna go with mummy magic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with movie magic.
Oh yeah, the magic of cinema.
Okay.
Cinema, like Yeah.
Everything and makes it more realistic.
Shooting the
I
sand.
think we might be to a rating system.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do that.
Shooting the sand. Boom.
So 4 stars would be a well-deserved classic status.
Whoa, that's
3
a little high.
3 stars is like, you could do worse.
You should watch this.
2 stars is like, so that's why I haven't watched The Mummy in a while.
That's right.
And 1 star is, hey, we were young.
We didn't know
We were
any better.
kids. We was the 90s. We didn't know any better.
I am a kid, and I
Let's
was
go in reverse.
never in
Let's go in reverse order. Adam of age. How many stars would you give?
I'm older than Adam.
Oh, that's true. Youngest to oldest. Adam, how many stars would you give The Mummy?
10.
Excellent. 10 out of 4. Ruby, how many would you give it?
I was never in the 90s, so I'd give it
1 through 4.
4 giggles.
my heart works.
What would you give it, Ruby? How many stars?
My penguin face will.
It's 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can also do halves.
I'm Mr. Penguin.
Okay, Owen, how many stars would you give it?
I'll give it a 2.5. I mean, it's not a. It's not a great.
What?
It's not a great movie, but you enjoy it, and it's not terrible either.
Would you say it was a fun ride?
What would you call it, a roller coaster? Real roller coaster ride of a movie.
But I mean, it's not something I would specifically recommend unless someone was asking for something that have to do with like the
Sand. Like, I want to watch a movie where there's a lot of sand.
The Universal Cinematic Universe.
I've seen Lawrence of Arabia. What else you got?
Castaway has too much water.
I am looking in this weird thingy that I got somewhere, and it's man in American underwear going like, and then the girl is looking at her confusingly.
So I think it was a good movie, but I
very
wouldn't
much.
recommend it exactly unless someone was asking for something that like matched the description. Like, oh, I want something to do with Egypt, or
There are a lot of mummy movies.
Yeah.
There's been more after this.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch those?
I mean,
That's a good question. There's The Mummy Returns, The Scorpion King, Mummy versus Ninja, I think.
Abbott and Costello.
There's
working. It's not
okay. There's Mummy sequel movies. Would you guys say you'd like to watch the Mummy sequel movies?
Sure,
I'm not
if it's a
sure.
movie.
I don't think that's.
Can I rate the Mummy?
Adam, would you watch The Mummy 2?
Are they created by
The Mummy 3?
Are they created by Universal?
Father.
More movies
Father.
like this with the same people in them. Would you watch
Father.
that? Yes, Ruby.
Can I like rate the movie?
Yeah, you can.
Yes,
if you-
son.
Only with it
I'm
once.
Just not
going to-
pink.
How many stars would you give
Face.
it, Ruby?
Mr. Penguin.
Okay.
More of this.
Listen, would say he would rate this as a 2.5. Quackity quack quack. And this is a penguin talk. Quack 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 quack
All right. Well,
You guys are not really giving Gary a lot of editing.
so this has been Eric Spiegel
And I'm Gary Linton.
and
Yes, it's over.
What's your name?
15 minutes and 50 seconds.
Adam Spiegel.
and everybody say your names.
Your podcast.
I already said it.
Spiegel, and I'm gone.
I wanna. What? That's not fair.
Thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for watching The Mummy with me.
Quackity quack.